Oh hey, I'm Michelle from Let's Cook with Michelle, and today I'm making spring salad. So I'm just running some things through my chopper. I've got some different veggies. Some of them I was able to pull from my garden. Some I'll have later this year. But I've got green onion, I pulled that from my garden. And then I have red pepper, regular onion, and radish. Let's give these a little chop and we'll make some spring salad. This is actually the slice option I'm doing, so I get long shreds. I used to work at Hy-Vee a number of years ago and making their food in their prep case, so the different salads and foods, and one of the things I made was the spring salad. And so this is pretty similar to the recipe that I made at Hy-Vee. If you want them finer and thinner, but I want the strips like I got in these onions. I want the strips. Good way to make your fajita vegetables as well. So I have my pasta. I made shell pasta. You can use the pasta of your choice, but I'm using shell. You could use whatever fun kind you want. You can use a pasta with different colors in it to make it prettier, but I pre-cooked my pasta and then I ran it under cold water with ice cubes so that it would stop the cooking process and chill my noodles. So there's a little bit of ice cubes in here with my noodles. But first thing I want to do is start my kind of sauce a little bit so it mixes, gets nice and combined before I mix in the noodles. And if you watched my show before, I am not a measurer, so I'm going to dump things in and go as I am, and I'll try to kind of give you an idea of what I put in. So first thing I'm going to do is start with some mayonnaise. Use your choice of mayonnaise. I like Miracle Whip Light. I like the zest to it. I know a lot of people like Duke's, Hellmann's, whatever kind you like. I'd say it's about 1.25 cups maybe is my starting point, and I'll mix in more if I want, but I want to get the consistency that I'm looking for. I've got a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. I'm going to put in half of it to start. I want it to be nice and creamy. Give that a little bit of a mix. I want to get that combined together, kind of mix out the clumps a little bit. I'm going to need some more Miracle Whip in here, so I'm going to open my other container. Okay, so I would say I have about 2 cups in here now, because I've got a 16-ounce box of pasta that we're making the spring salad with. You could obviously make a smaller batch if you would like, and then just make your sauce to accommodate what you're looking for. All right. I'm using this baking spatula so I can kind of get rid of the kind of clumps that the mayonnaise has in it, make it a little bit more creamy. Could use a mixer and it would blend it up better. But I didn't want to get out another kitchen gadget today. Let's add a little salt. Pepper. Normally I like to add onion powder and garlic powder in everything, but I've got enough fresh onion going in here that I'm not going to add onion powder today too. So we'll do some garlic powder. Give us a little mix. And then once I get everything all put into here, I'm going to taste it and see if we want to add anything to the sauce. But I want to make sure it's nice and creamy. I don't like dry pasta salad, so I want to make sure it's nice and creamy. Perfect thing to have around the house, a nice chilled pasta salad to take to an event or have around the house. I want to have some around the house to go with my chicken salad that I'm making for this week. Okay, so here we have, these are the nice veggies that I made with the slicer. And I just like doing the slice because you get these nice pretty little rings of the radish. It just makes it have a nice presentation to it. But you could obviously eliminate these, change your veggies as you want. You could do a different chopping option, but I like the slice just because of how it makes it look nice and pretty. All right. Put in half the radish. So this is 1 red pepper that I chopped up. And I'm going to start with just a portion of it for right now. A little bit of onion. I don't want a ton of raw onion in mine. Obviously you can put it, more in yours. But I've got just a little bit of raw onion. And then I want to put some of this green onion in here to give it a little bit more flavor, but also the nice green color, because this pasta salad normally calls for green pepper. I'm just not a green pepper person anymore. I used to love it, but now I do red pepper instead. So to give this some nice color, I'm going to add the green onion. You could add parsley if you don't like green onion. Do you have big summer plans? I am really excited to just be out in the summer, in the heat, with the sun, float in the pool, sit on my deck. I'm just really excited to just be outside. Kids are out for summer, so they're going to be home with me, so I'll be feeding them all summer long. Mama the cook.
Hi, Mom.
I love you.
Hi, Mom.
I love you.
What are you making?
Want to see what I'm making? Oop, watch out, you're behind my feet. Want to see what I'm making?
What? Okay. Let's go.
It's a mix. I've got my veggies in here. I'm going to mix this up, and then we'll get the pasta salad added in. Okay, so this does need a little bit of sugar, and so I've got, let's see, this is a half cup. I'm going to do half of this, so 1/4 of a cup to start. I don't want it to be excessively sweet. I can always add more, but I just don't want it to be excessively sweet, but I like when spring salad is creamy and has a little bit of a sweetness to it, so. All right. This is decently thick, so I'm going to add a little bit more of this evaporated milk. So we've got about 3/4 of that can in there right now. And it's likely I may not use all of this pasta because I don't know that my kids are going to like this. So I'm going to have them taste it, make sure they like it before I make a huge batch, because I don't want to be eating it all by myself. But I will make sure that I take some to my parents because they like pasta salad, spring salad. Okay, let's dump in some pasta. Like I said, this is chilled pasta. I already cooked it, drained it. All right, so I've got about half of my pasta in here. Give it a mix. It's decently creamy, pretty thick. I'm going to add the rest of my evaporated milk because I want it to be nice and saucy and not really thick. So I'm going to add in almost all of what's left. I have just a tiny bit left in the can. See how it's nice and saucy and creamy? Yep, we're going to dump in the rest of the can. See if I need to season it anymore. If I want any more sugar, salt, pepper. See how pretty that looks? The red in there, the green. Okay. I'm gonna add just a touch more sugar. So I had 1/4 of a cup before. This is still a little bit left in here, so it's not a 1/2 of a cup yet. You can use a sugar substitute. I like to do that. I didn't happen to have one on hand today, but you could definitely do that. Use a sugar substitute. And if you don't like your pasta salad sweet, eliminate the sugar completely. But I like my spring salad a little sweet. If you like how they make it at Hy-Vee, you're going to want to try adding some sugar in it because they do. That's it. Let's make a nice little bowl of it and try it together. Okay, this is ready. This is obviously going to be better when it's chilled in the fridge later, but I want to test it right now. I love it. The slightly sweet from the pasta, the crunch of the fresh veggies in there. Like I said, put the veggies in there that you like. but it's just a nice, fresh, obviously why they call it spring salad. Check that one out. It's really good. Nice, light, crispy, fresh thing to have in the fridge to work on or take to a family event. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And Let's Cook with Michelle. Check out all of my other content. I have lots of videos. All of my full videos are always on YouTube, and I'm on Facebook and TikTok. Have a good day.